If I could just add to what the Secretary said, many of you in the media clearly missed the art of the deal. You clearly failed to see what President Trump is doing here. You tried to say that the rest of the world would be moved closer to China when in fact we've seen the opposite effect. The entire world is calling the United States of America, not China, because they need our markets, they need our consumers, and they need this president in the Oval Office to talk to them. And that's exactly why more than 75 countries have called, because the United States of America is the best place in the world to do business. And as the president has shown great courage, as the Secretary has said, in choosing to retaliate.
The art of the deal. That's it? That's the grand tariff war strategy? The same Trump's crayon book that reads less like a serious business plan and more like a glossy self-promo brochure. All swagger, little strategy, heavy on the theatrics, light on the substance. All right, folks, buckle up. Okay, remember this? When Trump slammed down a 100% tariff on Chinese imports, and we were all watching like it was a high-stakes poker game waiting to see who would blink first, China or the US.
Countries like China, who have chosen to retaliate and try to double down on their mistreatment of American workers, are making a mistake. President Trump has a spine of steel, and he will not break. And America will not break under his leadership.
I do know business.
Yes,
and
so 145% tariffs on China, and that is
that's good.
basically
That's
an
good.
embargo.
They deserve it.
It'll raise prices on
They
everything
deserve
from
it.
electronics to clothing to building houses.
You don't know that. You don't know whether or not China's going to eat it.
That's mathematics.
China probably will eat those tariffs, but at 145, they basically can't do much business with the United States.
Well, the situation has officially gone from bad to downright disastrous for everyone. And for Trump and America, let's just say it went really bad. Now the Trump administration is fuming, apparently shocked that China dared to hit back.
It was a mistake for China to retaliate. The president, when America is punched, he punches back harder. That's why there will be 104% tariffs going into effect on China tonight at midnight.
So, on this episode of Code Blue in America, the breaking news segment, here's a headline that's got Wall Street and Main Street buzzing. China just played Trump like a fiddle. The 90-day tariff truce that has everyone talking. How dare you retaliate against China? How dare you? That's the heartbreak we're left with in America as the Trump administration keeps whining about another country fighting back. Let me break it down for you. China is a global powerhouse, economically and politically. The sooner we get that drilled into our thick skulls, the better for everyone. The recent developments in US-China trade relations have sparked fierce debate among analysts and media alike. Some commentators say China outmaneuvered President Trump in the latest tariff negotiations, effectively calling his bluff by refusing to blink at the midnight deadline. Others see the extension of the tariff pause as a strategic US move to stabilize volatile markets and buy time to tackle mounting domestic economic headaches. According to Bloomberg, the 90-day pause on tariffs sent ripples across global markets. Asian stock indices like Japan's Nikkei and Australia's ASX jumped on optimism, signaling investor relief that trade tensions might ease. In the US, oil prices ticked upward as well. While investors now have their eyes on the upcoming July Consumer Price Index, CPI report, expected to heavily influence speculation on whether the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates soon. But don't let the market cheer fool you. China's economy isn't exactly sailing smoothly. Factories there have reportedly reduced worker shifts and cut pay in response to the US. Tariffs, raising alarms about underemployment and sagging consumer confidence. Manufacturing exports from China to the US plunged over 21% in July, stark evidence that the trade war's pressure remains very real. Back on US soil, the Trump administration's tariff strategy is under legal fire too. The US Court of International Trade ruled earlier this year that some tariffs dubbed the Liberation Day tariffs were an overreach of presidential power. Though that ruling is currently stayed pending appeal, it highlights the murky and complicated nature of imposing unilateral trade penalties without clear congressional approval. Critical conclusion. The Trump administration's trade war gambit has revealed an uncomfortable truth. Economic warfare with a superpower like China is messy, complicated, and unpredictable. While tariffs might sound tough in speeches, the reality is they ripple through supply chains, hurt workers and consumers on both sides, and provoke fierce retaliations. The 90-day tariff truce may feel like a victory to some, but it's more like a pause in a long, costly chess game, one where both players are still calculating their next move carefully. And that is the cold truth on Code Blue in America, only on OGM News. I'm Sarah. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time.
All right, friends, here's the deal. We need your support to level up our game. How can you help? Simple. Like, share, and drop a comment. Shower us with your love, your applause, or even your brutally honest displeasure. We can take it, we promise. Your feedback fuels us, even if it stings a little. And before you dash off, go ahead and smash that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow us everywhere. Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Heck, if you're feeling retro, send us a carrier pigeon or a smoke signal. Stay awesome, stay witty, and we'll see you next time.